in the silo, there seems to be three categories of people for fertility. There's the people who are fertile and have permission to be so. There are people that have their IUD birth control thingy inserted and they're not fertile. And then there's a third category, which is they think their IUD birth control thing has been removed, and it has not been. What is it? Why is third category?
I see what you're saying. So I think it's generally accepted by the population that there should be birth control, because if there's too many people, then the silo, which is like a closed up capsule, you only have so many calories, and you could risk famine, or you could have understaffing of jobs if you don't have enough children. So I think the population is on board with having some amount of birth control. So the question is, why is there a category of people that think they can have kids but can't?
Right. So if there's buy-in by the population for birth control, then there shouldn't be a third category, because either you get selected or you don't. And if it's a lottery, it's fair. But maybe that's the reason, is the uppers want to manipulate who has permission and who doesn't, and they want to hide it under the guise of giving people permission without actually taking out the pill.
Okay, let me see if I can understand this. So you're saying for some people having kids is super important. Not super important. So they need to believe that they are permitted to, that they're allowed to, that they can try. But the higher ups in the silo and the up top, they may not want them to actually have kids. But they can't just say you can't have kids ever, because that'll break their spirit, and they'll be like, I really want to have kids. F you. Like I'm not going to participate in society anymore. So they have to think that they can. But I could see a legitimate reason for the up tops, the people in command, to want to maintain a balance between the different levels. So roughly 1/3 of up top, 1/3 of people in the mids, 1/3 of people in the bottoms. And so even though you have a lottery and you say whoever wins can have kids, like you need to choose which people, like which part of society gets that lottery done.
So so there are ways to make fair lotteries if you subcategorize people. Like everyone from 1 to 30, you're in a lottery. From 30 to 60, you're in a lottery. From 60 to 100, you're in a lottery.
Okay.
So they each have an independent lottery. And so you get a rough equal amount of babies throughout the silo, and it's still a fair lottery. I suspect it's more nefarious than that. I think the uppers want to grant permission to people they like, but they need cover to keep it so the lottery seems fair to the entire silo.
Gosh, so you could even have a mixture. So if you say we can have 100 babies this year, you say 60% of that is for actual legitimate allotment, a lottery allotment. But 40% of those I'm going to hook up with friends who are extra loyal to me, because they're going to have loyal kids to me. They're going to keep me in power.
Yeah. So to make the numbers work, to make the lottery seem super fair, you give people permission to have babies, but you don't actually take out their birth control. And so if somebody were to check the numbers, they're like, wow, okay, this lottery seems fair.
Lottery seems fair. Some people have kids, some people don't. Even though they try, it happens.
Yeah. But then the people in power are pulling strings and handing out favors and stuff. And so maybe this is cover for that corruption.
Powerful and dangerous. Gosh dang.
Yeah.